At some point, you get into a patrol car, and I think this happens when you're a fill-in, I'm not sure.
It was.
Okay, so tell me about you getting the forthwith call.
Okay, I was filling in. So I'm working in with an officer as the recorder, which means I'm the passenger. That's the recorder, and then there's the driver. So we're driving around, and I'm a rookie, and that commission is going on. Officers are being locked up every day you see on TV. I was even dating a girl at the time. Her father was a second grade detective, and he got locked up.
Mm.
This was the end of police corruption uh, that was embedded in the police department for decades. And it was a very publicly known thing. So, anyway, I'm driving and I'm a passenger in the car. We're riding around and we're stopping cars. And as the passenger, you do the backup, as a car stop where you position yourself. And you position yourself on the passenger side of the car, of the victim, not the victim. You position yourself on the suspect's car in the back on the driver's side. So you could cover that area. And the driver goes over there and talks to the driver. And he asks for his license, registration. And we stop a few cars, and he comes back. He says, everything's okay. We get in the car, and we start driving, and this goes on a few times, right? Doesn't issue any summonses. But then we get a call, 10-2 forthwith. Now, I know what that means. 10-2 means report to the command. Forthwith means right away. I turned to him and said, "What's that all about?" Even though I know what the orders are. And he just looks me in the face and says, "I think I'm getting locked up." And I'm like, "What?" So he starts driving towards the precinct. And while we're driving, he hands me this money. It was a few fives and tens. So I fold them up and I put them in my pocket, right? We get to the precinct and like I said, here I am, a rookie. I'm going to get arrested. I got evidence in my pocket. My head's spinning. We walk in, and there's like a gauntlet of bosses. And they right away they get around them and they say, give me your gun and shield. To him. He hands them the gun and shield. And they surround him in a position where he can't do nothing, like in case he tries to commit suicide or something. Like they're right on top of us. And all high-ranking bosses. You see all this brass, right? Eagles and stars and stuff. Scrambled eggs, they call them. And they take his gun and shield and they tell him, "You're under arrest, officer." They look at me. They don't know I'm a rookie or nothing. They know I'm new or something, but they don't know if I'm like driving the police. I never drove the radio car yet. They tell, "Go back on patrol." So I go out, I drive away, and I drive far enough away where I'm nowhere near the precinct. I get out of the car and I got this folded money in my car because I never got out of the car yet, really. I didn't want to take it out of the precinct. I fold up this money real tight and I put it in my wallet neatly. And I don't know what the hell to do with it. And it just stays there. And now months go by, and I'm doing policing and everything. And this guy is arrested. He's put off the job. And I see this guy and he's working construction. And I see him and I go over to him and he's off the job already. He got like probation, whatever. The case is over, but now he's like super paranoid. And I say, "Hey, how you doing?" and everything. And I pull out the money that's sitting in my wallet all this time. It's like folded so tight, right? And I say, "Hey, this is yours." "Yeah, oh, I don't know what that is." He backs up, with his hands up. "I don't know," like I'm taping him or something like that. Like no one wants a part of him anymore anyway. And I'm just giving him the money. "Yeah, I don't want." So I'm walking away and I throw it into, there's some bums around or some construction guys warming up over like a barrel and they're warming their hand. I just threw the money in the barrel and kept walking.
Wow.
And that was my whole story on the touch of corruption. And it was like a case of scared stiff, scared straight thing. So I never had anything to do with. And you know what? The good thing is, I worked with guys that were all straight, and I was in very pro policing units, and
Hmm.
they were all honest guys. So I didn't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
I got into the 4-1 anti-crime all the guys, even in uniform, the guys were all straight. And I was glad because I didn't want no part of that. And I worked with great guys that had nothing to do with corruption.